beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Guys, I'm super excited to have you all in my channel today. And in today's video, we are going to be highlighting three important topics to be discussed in this video. Number one, what happens if you are on a skilled worker visa, or you're on a tier 2 visa, or you are on visa sponsorship? What happens if your contracted work hours are not fulfilled? Now, what does this mean? Probably you are contracted to work 37.5 hours. What happens if you don't fulfill that 37.5 hours in each week? We're going to be talking about that in today's video. And secondly, what happens if, because of any reasons best known to you, probably because of health reasons, probably because of childcare reasons, probably when you come back from your maternity leave, you are usually contracted to work, for example, 40 hours per week. Now, for some reasons best known to you, probably because you came back from maternity leave and your baby is stressing you, or probably because of your healed health, or probably because of childcare issue, you decide to reduce your work hour from the 40 hours contracted work hour you have signed to do. You want to now reduce it to 22 hours. What happens? What you need to do. And finally, we're going to be talking about a question a lot of people have asked me. Now, Nurse Violet, I came into the UK as a nurse. I'm an on visa sponsorship. Can I work in another occupation code? No, you cannot. If you want to do another job, that job you want to do, or that second job you want to do, must be in the same occupation code and as the same level as your main job, or it must be in a shortage occupation. All right, so all these three things are what we'll be discussing in today's video. If this sound interesting to you, please watch to the end. If you are seeing me for the very first time, my name is Violet Okolacha. I'm a registered nurse. I live and I practice in the United Kingdom. And on this channel, I share every juicy information like this, tips to pass your OSCE exam, health and lifestyle. So please like this video, please share this video, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. So sit back and watch to the end.
Ryan Little.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So guys, please like this video, please share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. So guys, if you are on a visa sponsorship in the UK, or you are a skilled worker, or you're on a tier 2 visa, it means you have been given a contract to sign by your employer before you accepted the job. So that contract you sign with your employer, if you breach that contract, it could lead to a court case. What do I mean by that? Take for instance, you get a job with an employer, and when you get the job, they offer you your offer of employment, they send you your COS, and then they send you a legal contract where you sign, So once you sign, a contract is a legal document that binds you and your employer. Now, if your employer have employed you, and in your employment letter or in your offer of employment, you have signed that you'll be working 37.5 hours every week, you must meet that 37.5 hours every week. However, some week you may work more than some week. Yes, some week you might work more than 37.5 hours, and some other week you might work less than 37.5 hours. But the major thing is that at the end of the month, you should be able to, when they calculate it, have covered 37.5 hours across the 4 weeks, meaning that you should cover your exact contracted hours by the end of that month. So don't worry and say, Nurse Violet, this week I work 40 hours, so the other, it doesn't matter. But as long as in a long run, by the time it's calculated, you are able to cover all your work hours. Now, failure to cover or failure to complete your contracted hours can lead to a court case, and it's disastrous, because if you don't complete your work hours, I'm not an immigration officer, but of course it means you have not fulfilled your part of the contract. So when you want to apply for ILRO, it's going to be what? It's going to be an issue for you, because what? You did not fulfill your part of the what? Agreement. Somebody might also say, What happens if I'm sick? If you are sick, it's part of your contract. Yes, if you are sick, an employer can decide in your contract if they will pay you if you are sick or if they will not pay you if you are sick. But they are going to document on the days you are supposed to be working that this colleague or this staff is sick. So it will show on your rota that you are that you are sick. Now, if you're on annual leave, it's also going to show on your rota that you are you're on annual leave. So you must complete your contracted work hours. Otherwise, failure to complete your contracted work hours that you have signed in your contract can lead to a court case, and it can do a lot of damages. That's number one. Now, number two, Nurse Violet, I am coming back from maternity leave, or because of childcare issue, or because of my current age, I want to reduce my work hour. Now, a lot of people just wake up, discuss with their managers and say, I want to reduce my work hour, and they reduce their work hour without informing the HRA. When we talk about HRA is the human resources. Without informing the home office, you are in trouble, oh my darling. You don't just wake up and say you want to reduce your work hour, or you want to reduce your contracted work hour without the right things to do. You must do the right. If you don't do the right thing, you will get into trouble because you are not meeting the contracted work hour you have signed or you have been employed to do. Now, what is the right thing to do? If, for example, because of childcare issue, because you look at yourself like, oh my God, I'm almost 50, or I'm like this, I want to reduce my work hour, the first thing to do is to write to the employer, your employer. You have to write to your employer in an email or whichever way you want to do, and let your employer know that, please, because of childcare reasons, or because of my current health, or because of my present age, I would love to reduce my work hour from 37.5 hours, or from 40 hours to now 30 hours, or to 22 hours, whichever hour you want to reduce. You must write it. Now, if your employer approves it, they have to do something. They have to send you another COS. Yes, they have to let you know that they've accepted it, send you another COS, and inform the home office that, okay, when this person came, when we gave this person visa sponsorship, initially the person was contracted to work 37.5 hours, but now this person has now reduced their work hour to 30 hours. Like I said, I'm not an immigration officer. You can read it for yourself, and I'll be sharing it now on your screen at your screen, and let's look at it together. Can you reduce working hours on Tier 2/skilled worker visa? Yes, you can reduce your working hours on Tier 2 or skilled worker visa without impacting its validity. Now, what this means is that even if you reduce your work hour, it doesn't really affect you as long as you do the right thing. Now, what's the right thing to do? Let's read on. To reduce your working hours, your employer must inform the home office of this change. So you don't just wake up and reduce your work hour without informing the home office. So you are not the one to inform the home office. It is your employer that should inform the home office. Your own duty is to inform your manager and write to your employer. So you are going to, if your employer approves it, so it is your employer's duty to approve it. Like, okay, if you, because of childcare, because of your health, or because of your age, you are no longer happy, we approve you to do this. So if your employer approves you, it is now your employer's responsibility to inform the home office of this change, and this must reflect on your employment contract and certificate of sponsorship. I repeat, this must reflect on your employment contract and on your certificate of sponsorship. Now, reducing your work hours will not invalidate your skilled worker visa or impact your visa renewal eligibility, as long as you continue to meet what? The minimum salary requirement. So reducing your work hour does not affect anything as long as you do it the right way. Your employer is involved, your employer approves it, the home office is involved, a new letter of contract is given to you to sign, and it reflects in your COS, and it meets the minimum salary requirement, then it's okay. All right, so you must follow these steps if you want to reduce your work hour. All right, guys, that is what number 2. Now, number 3 point we are discussing. Now, Nurse Violet, can I work a second work? Probably I'm a nurse, but I'm not happy to work as a nurse for my second employer. Can I do it? Now look at your screen, because I will be reading from the UK government website. So now, a second job you want to do, because when you are on a skilled worker visa, you are allowed to work extra 20 hours per week. Yes, you're allowed to work for a second employer 20 extra hours per week. But that second employer you want to work for, you must work in the same occupation code and at the same level as your main job, or you can work in a shortage occupation. So the second job you want to do, is it the same job or is it the same level as your main job, or is it in a shortage occupation? If it's not in a shortage occupation and it is not in the same level as your main job, then you cannot what? You cannot do it if you are still on what? If you are still on visa sponsorship. Now, let me break it further. Somebody sent me a message saying, Osvaldo, please, can I work as a tech something, whether tech engineer, blah, blah, blah. I had the experience, I had the training back in my country. The answer is that tech engineer, is it in the same occupation code and as the same level as your main job? Is it in a shortage occupation? If it is not, then you cannot what? You cannot do it. So guys, because if you do it, will they not pay you salary? Yes, if you do it and they pay you salary, what do you think will happen? If they pay you, it's going to show. Yes, it will show in your P60. It will show in your P60 that you are being paid from so what, from so company. It's going to, everything is going to show in your P60. If you decide to work as a tech engineer, and as well as how will they know if I work as a tech engineer? They would know, because are they not going to pay you? If they are going to pay you, it is going to reflect on your what? On your P60. And if it reflects on your P60, by the time it's time to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, or be it in your P60, because they are going to be investigating all of these things, your contracted work hours, everything. And when they investigate and see it, what do you think will happen? So the best thing for you to do is to stick to what? Is to stick to the rules. So I hope we have been able to learn 1 or 2 things in this video. So please guys, help me share this video, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in another of my juicy video. Until I see you again, all the best.